Hello, guys. Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Lara. This is my analogy speech. It will be on why I am a honey badger. Okay, so the honey badger is a very small animal. Well, if not, maybe one of the smallest in the world. Not too sure on that one. Gotta fact check it. But it does have one of the biggest hearts for sure. As well as a reputation. It's a small, fearless little creature who is persistent and adaptable. It is always ready for any situation. Always willing to defend their little nest. Defend their pack. Uh, yes. Uh, so I consider myself just like a honey badger because I may not be the biggest or the strongest, but I am always persistent, confident, and I can adapt to face challenges no matter the situation. My number one trait would be how fearless and confident I am. Honey badgers always stand their ground even when facing challenges larger than themselves. Honey badgers will fight snakes, they'll fight eagles. Honey badgers will fight anything that stands in their way, not matter the size. Um, but yeah, I have never let intimidation stop me. Uh, right now it might be getting to me a little bit. Nah, but even when things are difficult or unfamiliar, I always try to find my best, try to figure it out, go step by step. Um, I'd always rather take the long road, never try to take no shortcuts because I feel like at the end of the day, you're more likely to crash. Rather just take your time, be persistent, stay confident, stay motivated, dedicated. Stick to it. A personal example for me would be when I took on the role of being a team captain for my wrestling team in high school. Even though I was always pretty quiet and soft spoken in class, I would always just go to my class, stick to my thing, do my assignments, sit in my seat, you know, did what I had to do. But once I took on that role of team captain, I knew I had to come out of my shell. I knew I had to step up and speak up for others. Sometimes there needs to be a loud voice in a quiet room, not necessarily to be reckless, but to speak up for others. While sometimes they're not that people are scared, but people just can't find the same rhythm or the same flow that you find to speak up about certain facts or certain topics. Sometimes you gotta be someone's confidence. Uh, but yeah, I became a very outspoken, strong advocate for my team. Oh, sorry, guys. Speaking up for my teammates and always defending them, whether it was at a wrestling meet, whether it was at practice, just motivating them, making them stronger, making them stay dedicated to the practices, stay dedicated to their progress, to keep going after their goals. Hopefully achieving them. Not getting sidetracked by all that drama and stuff. Outside from school. But also like a honey badger, I don't wait for my fearlessness to kick in. I act even when my adrenaline hasn't rushed yet. Sometimes I just click. Act out of it. Yeah, I mean, some people don't really have that. Some people do need a little bit more motivation for them to kick in, or who knows. Something kicks into their spirit, makes them become fearlessness. But I think for me, thankfully, that's a trait that I don't know if I was gifted or developed throughout the years, but yeah. All right. I forgot about the pictures, but in case you guys have never seen a honey badger, that's that's a honey badger right there. Pretty ugly little creatures, if I say. Okay, now from going away from the sidetrack that honey badgers are on the ugly side. My second trait, I would say, is persistence, determination. Honey badgers usually don't give up easily. They can be getting choked by a snake, wrapped up, and they'll still find a way to bite them back or just try to slip out of it. Especially when they're searching for food or solving problems. Honey badgers are relentless. They'll go hunting for all days, days long, to bring food back to their little group. A personal example of this, how I would tie this in, would be how persistent I was about wrestling. During my junior year in high school, during the off season when I was wrestling, I had a previous injury my junior year, but it wasn't nothing major. It was just like a little bit of swelling in my shoulder. Nothing major. Just tried shrugging it off. But yeah, once my senior year started ramping up, I'd say 2 3 weeks before the season started, bam, it pops in practice. That's not good. Go to the trainers. They told me, no, you messed up this ligament, and I start panicking because I'm like, oh, I can't wrestle no more, right? But no, I started going to my physical therapies to get my shoulders as well as possible. Just continued. Got better at technique to compete in the season. Sadly, didn't go as expected, as injuries would still linger. But I went out knowing I gave it my all. At no moment did I give anything else other than my best. And then the honey badger always reminds me of the importance of persistence, and how sometimes persistence is better than perfection. As I stayed persistent. Alright, guys. Just for reference, so this is photo evidence that I did wrestle. I wrestled for Horizon High. There's me picking up one of my victories. Trait number three. Sorry, for me would be adaptability. How adaptable I am. Honey badgers live in very different environments and always find ways to survive. Doesn't matter the situation. Adapting and being great at problem solving. I always find a way to adjust when plans are changed or if things don't go as expected. Personal example of this would be when so I changed schools. Previous to my junior year of high, right? I was moving all the way from Chesapeake, Virginia, all the way down here, Horizon. In El Paso City. It wasn't easy, leaving a bunch of years of school behind, my friends especially, a bunch of memories, but slowly, I got comfortable in Horizon City. I made a family in Horizon High. I formed bonds stronger than blood with my wrestling teammates, and friendships bigger than ever with my coaches. I found a new home and adapted, just as a honey badger would have done. Once again, I proved that I'm just as adaptable as a honey badger. Hopefully, there's no facial or physical resemblance, but the traits are still there. Looking at the differences, I would say, just to clarify, my likeness and compatibility with a honey badger only reaches a certain limit. I'm not as aggressive or reckless as a person as a honey badger, thankfully. Thankfully, but I use determination in a responsible manner. The analogy still applies though, because it's all about the mindset, not about the behavior usually. But my reflection on this is that the honey badger represents resiliency, not fearlessness without thought though. They always try to be strategic about what they do. To wrap it up, guys, my conclusion would be that the honey badger and I share confidence, persistence, and adaptability. While clearly we're not the biggest or the most physically imposing in the room, being a honey badger isn't being the loudest. It's not being the toughest. It's all about refusing to quit, showing how much you're willing to do, how many extra miles you're willing to go to achieve. Staying commitment, strong. And then saying, it doesn't matter the challenge because I always face it the honey badger way. Determined, adaptable, and confident. And there you go, guys. This is my analogy on how I'm a honey badger. Thank you, guys.